is up, guys? Welcome to the premiere of RollPlay Ehbon. My name is JP McDaniel. I'll be DMing this campaign. It is my first DM experience, so I'll probably be asking Neil a lot of questions, as he is kind of the DM around these parts. So let's go ahead and introduce everyone on the show. Introduce your real life self, not your character. So let's start with Ryan. Ryan, who the hell are you?
What's up, guys? I am Ryan. I am a tournament director for Major League Gaming. I also play Bregor on the other roleplay, and I stream some. What's up, everybody?
No one wants to talk to you, apparently. Everyone's just like, do I say sup?
Oh, are you saying what's up with
Hi. Hey.
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Cats, who the hell are you?
My name is Katz. Paulo, I guess is my name, but no one calls me by that. And I'm a professional StarCraft 2 player, and I own Root Gaming as well. And I stream a bunch, so yeah.
And this is your first time playing D&D, right?
Yes, ever.
Ever. Fun. That's how we started, and it was awesome. By the way, Neil, when you message me those private messages, the rest of the chat will be able to see it. Just FYI. Might be better message me on Skype.
Yeah, I know. I was intentionally trying to give it to chat without giving it to the players.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll show that now.
That was a joke.
I'll show that now while she introduces herself. Caitlin, who the hell are you?
Alright, I'm Caitlin. I'm a player, or a StarCraft 2 player for Quantic Gaming. That's about it. My first time playing too.
There you go. And you're Canadian.
There you go. And I'm Canadian.
You gotta throw that in there.
I'm right from Canada.
Exactly. Neil, who the hell are you?
My name is Neil Gallery Erickson the First. I do some streaming stuff. I do some web development. I do esports events, and I do a lot of D&D. A lot of D&D. This is my first character I've played in 5 years, and I'm really looking forward to fucking with JP.
Is this your fourth or fifth show that you have?
This would be the 1, 2, 3. This would be the fourth show where we actually play D&D, but then I do 2 other shows that just talk about D&D. And then I have 2 other D&D games that I do offline, once every other 2 weeks and once every 3 or 4 months.
Neil, I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you say the first, does that mean that you have a son that's the second? Or do you plan to have a baby that's going to be the second? Or
I plan to enforce upon my offspring a strict rule of naming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to be able to look down and be like, oh, that's my great-grandchild, Neil Gallery Erickson III, or 4th.
Even if
This
they're
must
female?
happen. If it does not happen, I'll be very upset with my
so
offspring.
it'll be your great-grandchild?
My great-grandchild will be Neil Gallery Erickson IV.
So, in that case, my name from now on is Paulo Cesar Vizcarra the First.
Beautiful.
I didn't know you could do that. I just didn't know you could do
You
that.
didn't know you could do that, so you're just doing it. We learn things here in life and in roleplay every day. All right, let's get on with the show and actually hear some fun stuff. So, who do we want to hear from first? Let's start with Ryan. Ryan, what is your character's name, and describe him to the rest of the world?
All right, I'm not going to describe too much. I'm just going to give you guys the basics. I have a gnome cleric. His name is Cobblepot Toolspark, and he's also kind of a tinker/engineer as well. He's also a little bit cocky. He has kind of a Napoleon complex and likes to prove himself.
Perfect. Where did he grow up in the world of Ehbon? And by the way, while I'm asking these questions, you can make up whatever the fuck you want here. I do not care. I will put these cities in the world.
Can I say he's from Raekwon?
Okay, are we in character already? Should
yeah.
we be talking like he is or I am now?
Whatever you want, Cats. Whatever you want. Ryan's talking. You can say you're from Raekwon. I'll allow it. But we're never going to visit that town if it's called Raekwon.
You were just sucking up to chat, that's all.
No.
I came up with that shit, man.
Ryan, I'll allow it.
Somebody else did, but to be honest, I don't have a city, and so that's the first thing that comes to mind.
So you grew up in Raekwon, huh?
Sure.
What was your childhood like?
I guess a normal childhood, but he was kind of like a tinker engineer by trade, and was kind of fired from that, and so he's kind of bitter and has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, as such.
So what motivates Cobblepot Toolspark to kind of move forward in life? Do they have a quest or truth that you seek? And if so, you don't have to reveal it to the party, but I'm just kind of throwing ideas at you.
I kind of have some stuff that I don't want to talk about, but I mean, I guess I can just continue on the theme that he wants to prove himself and show that he's like worthy to pretty much anybody he comes in contact with.
All right. The final question is, how did you meet the party? And you can say whatever you want here. I do not care.
Can I say I don't fucking know?
Well, I mean, you obviously met these people.
Right. Let's see. Well, I guess that means I'm coming up with their backstory too, then. Right?
No, you're just coming up with how you met the party.
How I met them.
You bumped into them at the bar. You were hired by someone else to group with them, and that's who you were matched with. Can really be anything, man.
Can I say that I ran into I met Ricardo at a tango lesson?
A dance lesson, because tango doesn't exist in this world, but you could definitely say dance.
Yeah.
Okay. You met Ricardo at a dance lesson, and then you guys started adventuring together.
Sure.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, one of the things that we're going to do with the show, if you've watched Dark Heresy, is this system called bonds. And I gave Ryan and the rest of the people on the show a list of bonds to choose from. They can choose 2 of them, and basically there's blanks left in the sentences to fill in with another person on the show. And if they kind of feel at the end of the show that they've solved this, we'll give them extra XP. So, Ryan, what are your 2 bonds that you have chosen, and who are they with?
Hold on, let me
just read the lines through and through and replace the blank.
Yeah. So I forgot. I didn't. I thought the blank meant it could be anybody, but I didn't realize I had to choose a.
It had to be
specific
someone in
person.
the party. It's
Okay.
basically to kind of like make people role play or give them a reason to role play a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'll just randomly. Okay. So since I know Ricardo from dance lessons, obviously, I'll say Ricardo believes tinkering to be a waste of time. I will show him that it is worthwhile by showing him how to tinker.
Okay.
Okay, that's number 1.
You got to remember these, by the way. I'll do my best, but you got to remember them.
Yes. And then number 2, I will say life is hard for a gnome, and many do not understand our true strength. I will show Rich I am a worthy traveling partner.
Okay. All right. That's Cobblepot Toolspark. Where do we want to go next? Caitlin, why don't we have you introduce your character?
All right. So my character is one of the 2 human fighters, and she's about mid-20s, athletic build, green eyes, strawberry blonde hair, kind of long now, I guess like mine in person, but she cuts it off sometimes. And she comes off as more tomboy than womanly. Right now she's wearing chainmail with steel boots, leather bracers, and her current weapons are generic steel long and short sword. And she also has a bay horse named Argo that follows her around.
All right. Where did she grow up in the world of Ehbon?
She was raised by elves, but she's not sure when they found her, and she presumes that they raised her because since she's a human, she's a good omen. So maybe they just thought that having her around would be good luck, but it could have also just been because she couldn't fend for herself, so that's why they took her under their wing.
Is there something that motivates Riley to move forward in life? Do you have a quest or anything?
Yeah, she really wants to find out where humans are from and why she's there.
Okay, and last question, how did you meet the party?
So she heard that Cobblepot was really old, and she thought that this would be a good starting point for finding out where humans came from. She thought like maybe he would know something about the elves and she doesn't know.
Perfect. All right, what are your 2 bonds that you have chosen?
So I forgot that we only choose 2 instead of 4, let me think. Okay, well I guess the first one's a given. Knowing where you came from is important to me. I must know what Cobblepot knows about this world.
Okay.
And I guess the other one too. The elves are misunderstood people. I will make Neil understand this.
I'm sorry, who?
Neil. Oh, sorry. Rich?
Rich.
There you go.
Rich.
There
Yeah.
you go. Well, he hasn't introduced his character, so that is fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't we go there next? Neil, tell me about Rich.
Rich is anything but. He is a poor peasant who originally he was a sheep herder turned adventurer after his village got sacked. With a spear through his right knee, explaining his 6 dexterity, Rich hid under the corpses of his friends and played dead until the battle was over. In the chaos of battle, his beautiful wife, Kat, 16 charisma by the way, and their infant son were killed, as well as a faithful family dog, Red. Heartbroken and alone, he left the ruins of his village behind and wandered the land, just living day to day with no hope for the future and carrying tokens of his past. His wife's golden wedding ring on a string around his neck, the cloak his wife made for him, and a sword that he found left behind by the attackers. He has a three-quarter circle tattoo around his left ring finger to symbolize, the wedding ring that he would have had once upon a time. It's long lost now, as well as a brutal scar over his right knee where the spear went right through it. His knee hurts in the cold and the damp and gives out at times. Generally, an old battle wound. He is kind of just a beaten down guy with really no hope for survival. He's in his early 20s, I believe. I think Rich is... He's 24. He's like 5'9", 150 pounds. Golden red hair, bluish greenish eyes, kind of depending on the lighting and whatnot. Covered in all his clothes are dirty and have holes in it and patches. And he met the party because he used to love dancing. He's a proficient dancer, but after he took the spear through the knee, he couldn't dance anymore, so he started teaching it to pick up a little extra coin here and there. And
hey,
along
maybe
came
you were
this
the teacher at the
along
dance
came
festival.
this arrogant little freaking gnome who was it was like, oh, I know how to rah rah rah, and this crazy elf, and shit went down, and then the 3 of them banded together because they could actually take care of themselves, and that's how they got along.
So we know how you grew up. We know how you met the party. Do you have anything that kind of moves forward, or you move forward for in life? Do you have a quest or anything that you're trying to figure out that you want to talk about publicly?
I just want to forget the pain and the sadness and find something that I'm just trying to survive. I don't really have anything left in life to live for, so I kind of just go through the routines and go through the motions of life. Whatever.
Gotcha. And
which knee is injured?
Oh, that's
my right knee.
It's his right knee.
Oh.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Oh, I'm also, as a dirty peasant, I'm illiterate, and I'm good with horses and animals because I was a sheep herder back in the day. But I have he's useless, dirty, stupid peasant man.
Okay.
Okay.
And what are your 2 bonds that you have chosen?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I lead a simple life and must prove it to... God, I've forgotten your character's name already, Caitlin. Riley. I live a simple life and must prove it to Riley. It's the best way to live, and I know why this happened to me, but they have no idea.
Okay. That works, I guess. We can do that. Last but not least, Cats, introduce your character for us.
My name is Ricardo del Mar the First. I am the son of Jose Antonio del Mar, the third actually, the lord of La Alameda del Fuego y de las Sombras. And I am the last brown elf.
Perfect. By the way, you got to remember where he came from, because he said it in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where was that once again, Cats? Can you repeat it?
La Alameda del Fuego y de las Sombras.
Okay. I don't think anyone's gotten that yet.
And
where did you grow up, man?
I grew up in La Alameda del Fuego y de las Sombras.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Perfect.
And yeah. What do you want to know about me?
Well, what motivates your character to move forward in life? Are you basically trying to find out why your people were killed, or?
Yeah. As a child, there was a raid, I suppose, in my town. There was 3 elves with red eyes that came in and kind of, it was at nightfall, and they just killed everyone, including my parents. As they approached me, I looked at them, I was just a little boy back then, about 40 years old, and
Continue
And
on,
the
sorry.
as they approached me, I started crying. As soon as my tears hit the ground, everything kind of exploded outwards, and they died. But my town was destroyed. I think there was a lot of, my town had about 500 people, and I think about 50 were alive by the time that happened, but not after the explosion. So that's one of my regrets as well.
Okay.
um,
And you met the party because you're a dancer? Is that what you're going with as well? How'd you meet the party?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I danced. I yeah. After my town was destroyed, I kind of just retreated to a cave and taught myself how to dance. Also, try to figure out if I had any magic in me. I started having these dreams, crazy dreams, where I would dance and my mom would be watching, and then I would have dreams that would kind of like show me the future, and all of my people.
Why are you losing it, Ryan?
I don't know.
All of,
He's
It's
spilling his heart right
No,
now, and you're
because,
just over
like-
there fucking chuckling, Chuck. What the?
this is hard for me
His
to
city
speak
got
of.
destroyed, so he's like, I must go to a cave and dance.
Well, what would you do if you knew there was elves with red eyes coming after you?
I don't know, man.
I would dance.
You would dance, right, in a cave? I mean, the dancing was just kind of like a pastime because there's nothing else to do in a fucking cave, right? So, yeah. Anyways, I thought maybe I have magic because I'm having these dreams and, of my people dying, and it feels like it might be showing me a way into the future. Later, I discovered that it was just a normal step of grief. And but I still realized maybe it's magic because of the exploding tears. So
Okay.
yeah, I started taking dance lessons later on, tried to become a little bit better myself.
Okay. And your two bonds. What have you chosen for us?
God, your name is hard.
What?
Cobblepot actually knows why my people were killed, and I will try to find out one way or another.
Okay.
And I will make Riley see the power of my people.
Okay. So Ryan, I'm sure you're wondering what you know.
Yeah.
Just make it up. That's on you.
Okay. So I know both.
Well,
why-
no, you don't have to tell him now, man. That's
No,
part of the
no, no, no.
bond.
I just want to
Yes.
know. I'm gonna keep it vague. So I know why Ricardo's people were killed, and I know why Riley's. What is it?
Riley's what?
Where you there's something I know about you too, right, Riley?
Why the elves raised me?
Why the elves raised you? Is that what I know?
I'm not sure. Where humans came from?
You know more.
I'm trying to figure out the bond.
Cobblepot knows something about this world that you do not know, Riley, and that's what you're trying to figure out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to write this down.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
There you go. All right. So the four of you, as with almost any other D&D campaign, you guys are sitting in the city of Balom. It's a goblin-run town. It's on the northwestern part of the Soot Plains, built into a giant fallen statue. The giant statue was once an unnamed robed humanoid, and it's basically been carved into to create a city. So picture kind of like a half dome carved into this giant statue, and that's where everyone lives. It's kind of an average-sized city, and it's controlled by a goblin water baron named Fiddlesticks. And he is kind of the lord of this town, and that's who you guys have been working for. It's really become a huge town for goblins. They really thrive in the city simply because Fiddlesticks came into power. There are orcs scattered throughout the world, and especially in this city. And they're all friendly for the most part, right? The main thing with this campaign is that you guys will interact with monsters that will not try to kill you on sight, right? So goblins, orcs, whatever else I throw in there are all going to be things that you interact with. Humans are incredibly rare in this world. The fact that there's 2 of you in the party is going to be kind of a interesting thing for everyone else to deal with whenever they're seeing you guys walk around. Ryan fits right in because he's a gnome. He looks a little bit like a goblin because he's short, etc. And Ricardo is an elf, so he is welcomed in most
I'm a
cities.
brown elf. I'm
A
one
brown
of a
elf.
kind.
Brown elf.
Yep.
Everyone else just thinks you're an elf, though.
No,
Question.
they can see my skin color. They'll be like, "What the hell? Is that a brown elf? The last of his kind?"
But they've never seen a brown elf, so they just think you're an oddity. They don't know about the brown elf. You're gonna have
He's
to
like the
speak that story.
Highlander of elves. right now.
Exactly. Neil, what was your question?
How tall are goblins in your world?
They're around Ryan's height, 3 to 4.
Our world, rich.
3 to 4
So
feet.
how are we sitting in this bar?
So you guys are sitting at a table right now, and you're kind of
Like-
in the center of this room. And there's goblins and orcs all walking around you. It's a
So, like,
Friday
are we
night.
hitting the ceiling? Are we like bumping into the ceiling? Are we too big for the room?
No. Well, actually, you're 5'11", right?
I'm 5'9".
You're 5'9". Kate, Riley is 5'11". How tall are you, Katz?
5.
Okay, so the 2 humans are having to kind of duck to get into this bar and any other building in this city. Ryan, you fit right in because you're 4 feet. And
Yeah.
Katz, you're not really having to crouch or anything, but it's difficult to stand straight up, especially because your staff kind of hits the wall. So that kind of has to be brought in a little bit awkwardly into the bar.
Okay.
So you're all sitting at the table, and like I said, you've been working for Fiddlesticks. He's a wealthy goblin water baron in the rural area of this town. You guys have just returned from a previous job where he asked you to scout out a rumored well that was near the town. You guys were successful, but you lost a party member while doing it by the name of Tobias. And it's kind of set a somber mood right now. That's why you guys are at the bar. You're kind of speaking about him, and you only knew him for about a week or 2, but still it affects you guys, right? Because you've never really lost someone in your party. It was an orc scouting party that attacked you. You made it back with the location of the new well, but you haven't gone and told Fiddlesticks about it yet. So,
What was Tobias?
what was Tobias?
Mm-hmm.
He was a thief.
An anal rapist?
A thief?
Yeah.
An alrapist?
He was a gnome thief. Let's go with that.
Okay.
He
Was
a
there
gnome thief.
actually water in the well?
To the best of your knowledge, yes. It was too. If you looked down it was too deep. You couldn't actually see water, but you believe it to be there because it had people guarding it, and that's who you saw scout it. You didn't actually get up next to it. Actually, you were just there to scout. All right. So a tiny goblin comes up to your table, and he says, "Fiddlesticks says these were on him. Drink up. It might be the last for a while." And he puts down 4 glasses of water on the table. And all 4 of you are simply amazed that you're getting offered water. It is incredibly rare in this world. It is almost as much as gold in terms of the currency.
What do we normally drink?
Normally drink, it's kind of like this crude, mucky type water substance. It's not very refreshing. It's enough to get by. But the taste of like true, clean water is incredibly refreshing to you guys. And it's not something that people drink every day, every week, every month. It is incredibly rare.
I will bottle my water in a flask.
You're not going to drink it at all?
No, not right now.
Okay. So you bottle your water in a flask.
I drink my water. I sip it at first, and then I gulp it down pretty quickly, as
Neil,
if it's going to leave me.
As you drink the water, you kind of think about the farm and the well that you had on the farm and how much it resembles that taste. Ryan, Caitlin, you guys just go drink the water as normal?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of my water, and then I'm just going to go over to a window that my horse is sitting at and give it the rest.
Okay.
I'm also going to drink my water, and I'm going to look around for any kind of metal utensils, maybe like forks or
There's
something
forks
like that.
and spoons on your
Yeah.
on your table.
I'm going to take a bunch of forks and try and create a crude like filtering system with the crisscrosses of the forks.
To filter what?
The murky, shitty water for later on or something.
Okay, you could try this. You're gonna do an intelligence check,
Okay.
and you're gonna have to get a 18 to 20 to see if this actually works.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll for it. I
Wait.
might have,
So is it just a D20 then for 18 to 20?
or sorry, yeah, just do a D20 actually. Fuck the intelligence check.
18, yes! I made a filtering system!
Okay, all right. You rolled an 18. So the filtering system, it's not as good as like the water you just had, but it does filter out like the sod, the mud, and whatever.
Perfect.
So I can't believe you just made a filtering system.
Are you
Right
gonna
on.
take that with you?
I am. Yeah, it's gonna be like, because
Are
I
you
know
gonna buy the
shitty water is
forks?
on the horizon. No, I'm taking them with, without anybody noticing. Hopefully.
But that's wrong.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we've seen you play with forks on the table and do some weird shit.
clean water. It is well. I don't mean the people at my table. I mean the people that run the establishment.
Oh, okay.
The
I wait. Can I cast a spell yet?
Yeah, you didn't send me your spells, but send me your spells, and yes, you can cast a spell if you want.
Okay.
Keep in mind that if you cast a spell in a bar with a shit ton of goblins around, you're probably going to draw a ton of attention.
Wall of fog. Let's go, Ryan. Let's take your filtering system.
All right, I gotta read what
is he
fucking...
trying to steal this?
No, I'm helping you take it out without anyone noticing.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
Oh god. I
Did
gotta
it
read
work?
what Wall of Fog does. I assume just a wall of fog appears. Let me see what you have to roll for. Okay, by casting a spell, the wizard created a billowing wall of misty vapors in any area within the spell range. Wall of fog obscures all sight. Normal and infravision beyond 2 feet. The caster may create vapor if he wishes. The wall must be roughly cubic or rectangular mass, at least 10 feet across in its smallest dimension. The misty vapor persists for 3 or more rounds. The duration can be halved by a moderate wind and can be blown away by a strong wind. Material component,
Ain't no
don't worry
wind-
about that.
ain't no wind in a bar.
Perfect.
So describe to me do you just place this on the table?
The wall of fog?
Yeah, like you just place it right on you guys.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, Rich. I'll be like, Rich, did you fart?
Roll a 2d4 to just so I see how long it lasts. Just type /roll 2d4 into roll 20. Okay, 6 rounds. So, all right, yeah. You guys see this fog start to form in the bar, and all the goblins are kind of looking around like, what the fuck is this?
So
Why
I
is
take
this
this
here?
opportunity to. By the way, it's like crisscross, like the tines of the forks. I don't know for this filtering system, but I take that opportunity with the wall of fog, and I place it in my pouch before I get questioned any longer by Rich.
Fist
Okay.
bump.